make sure this is going to work. One. All right, let me test this out 1 second here. Okay, I think I hear myself. Okay, I am hearing myself through my laptop. So hopefully this is going to work. So hello everybody, this is Carla from coming to you from the studio. So welcome to my monthly Christmas card inspiration take two. So the other night, let me make sure this is all kind of straight and even. The other night, I worked pretty hard and it was late into the night, and I pre recorded uh, both not only my monthly Christmas card inspiration video, but also my Throwback Thursday, since both fall on the 1st. Hold on, I'm trying to get this to kind of be straight. I went and I recorded both of them that night and had it scheduled to post today, January 1st. So happy New Year, everybody. Um, I hope this is just not a sign of how the rest of my videos are going to go throughout the year. But anyway, they were scheduled to post early this morning, which they did. However, it wasn't until a little bit ago when my assistant went to go and watch said videos. She didn't know if it was her phone or what, but it turned out my video was playing, but there was no sound whatsoever to it. And that's very disappointing because now here I am having to recut everything and redo them over again because honestly, I will tell you guys, I really don't know where to even begin or start to do a voiceover to the video. So to me, it's just going to be easier just to totally redo it. So I guess that was a practice run on those other on the 2 videos I had already done. So what I'm going to do is I know that there's already been likes on the videos that were already put out there. What I'm going to do is after I record, like right now, I'm going to do my monthly Christmas card inspiration. Once I'm done recording this video, I'm going to add all of the detailed information and all that to the video. I will post it, and then the other one, the original one, I am going to totally delete that one. Right now, I do have that one set as private, so that way there's no confusion when I go to post this one. I apologize. If you are rewatching again by any chance and you had liked the other video, if you could please like this video with sound, I would truly appreciate it. And again, I don't know, it was weird that night when I went to go and record. In the beginning, when you go live, you do have to set up which direction you want your phone pointed to, the orientation, and I had that all set up. And for some reason, when I went live, it kind of reverted it to what do you call it, to vertical rather than horizontal. And all I did was hit the little flip button that's on the screen, and when I did that, it fixed it, but evidently it must have done something with the sound. You know what? And I'll be honest with you, it could have been my mistake because here's what I'm seeing. So on my phone, I do have, so if you ever seen the screen of what it looks like on your phone or the camera, or whatever you're using, in the upper left-hand corner, there's an X. So that when you click on that, that's going to end your stream. Then off to the right on the very top, there is a flip button that you can hit, and that will take it from facing this direction to then, well, it would be facing my ceiling. Well, right underneath that, there's the microphone. I'm wondering if I didn't accidentally tap on that, but it seems like both, I don't know. Yeah, both videos had no sound on it. So here I am redoing it. And then once I'm done with this, well, then I need to get going on getting the projects figured out for tomorrow night's Friday Night Live, which I'll be using the lights of Aurora Suite. So let me again show you what it is that I am using for this episode. So monthly, if you're new, visit, well, I can't even talk now. If you are new to my channel and you're watching this video, this is your first one watching. First off, I apologize. I just I just felt that I needed to explain the confusion of why there's going to be another video posted and the other one removed. Normally it doesn't happen this way. Everything works just fine. But what this is my monthly Christmas card inspiration. And I know we just got done with Christmas, but what I do on the first of each month, I post a video where I create two pretty easy, simple, duplicatable Christmas cards that you can case if you have the same product, or you can use the same color combination. You can use a different product, use what you have to just give you some inspiration if you are someone who would like to make your Christmas cards throughout the year rather than waiting till December like I have done sometimes. But this is just to give you some inspiration if you want to create your cards throughout the year. So I want to mention, so what we're going to be using for this one, we're using the Magic and Hope stamp set. Magic and Hope was in, well, is, because the holiday mini catalog is still current. Think it's gonna retire, I think in early January. I don't know if I want to say it's the 3rd or the 5th. Um, I honestly don't know exactly what day it's going to be, but it's going to be soon. And so let me just bring up just to let you know what's available, what's marked down, and such. Okay. So, Magic and Hope, it was in the catalog as a standalone stamp set. So, right now, at the recording of this video, which is now January 1st, what time is it? It is 10:42 here in Central Standard Time. So the Magic and Hope stamp set is on the last chance list. It's not showing that it is on low inventory or anything, but the regular price of this stamp set was was $20. And of course, these prices I'm giving you are for here in the US. Right now, it is marked down to $16. Again, it's not showing on low inventory. So if you like the projects that I make, if you like the stamp set, it's still available. Now, this stamp set also coordinates with the paper tags uh, set of dies. This these well, and it bundled with the paper tag stamp set. So, looking on the website, the dies, these are still available. These are not on the last chance list. And the price for these here in the US is $28. So, a lot of these pieces here, they do coordinate with the stamp set. So, these little scroll images here, they will stamp right here on the top and bottom of this bobbin image in the dies. So if you like the bundle, you can get each of the pieces. These didn't actually come as a bundle and a bundle price, but you can get them individually. Now this stamp set still is bundled with the paper tags dies. So now where the dies are not on the last chance list, This particular stamp set, it is. Now, if you like the stamp set, you like the dies, let me suggest that you don't purchase it as a bundle, and here's why. The uh the these are 28. This stamp set, it was $24. It's now marked down to $16.80. So typically with the bundle pricing, Stampin' Up, if you get the stamp set and the set of dies together under the same item number, you're going to save 10%. So it would be $46.75. But if you purchase the stamp set and the set of dies separately using their own item numbers, you're going to pay less than what the bundle price is. Because again, this stamp set here is marked down, whereas this one isn't. And I believe I did say that this particular stamp set here is on the last chance, and it is marked down to $16. So just wanted to make mention of that. Let's see, I think I have everything then situated. So again, like I mentioned, this is a take two of my monthly Christmas card inspiration video. Following after I do this, I will then be doing my throwback Thursday video again because that one evidently the sound didn't come through, and then that one is going to be the Snowy Delights bundle. So you have the stamp set, the set of masks, and then there are the dies. And then this one too is on the last chance list. I know, well, I'll check and I'll let you know when I go to do that video what the deal is with that one. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and let's get started. I do want to check one thing. I want to make sure that I kind of start off. Make sure I just start off with the right one. Hold on a second. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm going to follow along how I did the video originally. So again, 2 cards, and here's all the bits and pieces. I went and die cut the stuff again to redo this. So okay, so you know what I do need to bring up? I do need to bring up my dimensions. Okay, so our card base is Crumb Cake. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have another piece of Crumb Cake that measures 4.75 by 3.5. And then out of a scrap piece of basic white, I die cut this larger tag, which looks like a bobbin. So there's one here that's a little bit larger that has the stitching in it. And then there is one that's a little bit smaller that can layer on top of that that has no stitching. It's just that straight cut around the edge. So I have die cut one out of basic white. I've also die cut one out of the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. This is the Traditions of Christmas, and then gold foil. So that paper, this is, I want to make sure I give it the Peaceful Garden. So this one, all blues that are in this paper. And then of course there's our gold foil. And then here is the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. So that pattern that I die cut is on the back side of this print right here. And again, I think that both papers, maybe, hold on, they could be on the last chance list here. So let me, okay. Ooh, is the paper gone? Ooh, I think the paper's gone. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like yeah, it looks like that paper, The Traditions of Christmas, is gone. Now, one of the other things that I'm going to be using, actually, that comes from that suite, it's on the last chance list. It's saying it's currently unavailable. Usually when currently unavailable means it's coming back, and that is the traditional sparkling sequin. So I'm going to be using these two. And I see on here that it is on the last chance list, currently unavailable. And let me see if it has a date on it. Yeah, so these will be back. They're showing that these are going to be back in stock on January 5th. So these are coming back. But it looks like the designer series paper is no longer available. It looks like it has sold out. That paper is very popular. It went on back order in the beginning a couple of times. But yeah, it looks like that paper is gone right now. The other paper that I'm using, that Peaceful Garden. Okay, well, that paper is not on the last chance list and it is still available. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of let you know about that. And of course, the gold foil is something that we have in our annual catalog. All right, so I'm going to start by folding and burnishing my card base. We'll set that aside. And then I'm going to bring in this piece of my crumb cake. And I want a piece of scrap paper. So let me kind of find a clean piece here. Not that one. Let's go with that one. All right, so I'm going to put this right here because I'll end up stamping kind of off the edge a little bit. I'm going to bring in the stamp that has this little fancy bell on it. Let's see. And let's get a block. And my crumb cake ink. Okay, and then we're going to randomly stamp these on the back. That way, and then this way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that part's done. Let's close this up. And we're going to bring in our white tag here and my old olive ink. On this one, I'm going to use this little scroll work right here and the Cheer, Magic, and Hope stamp. So there's that, and there's that. Okay, let's get our blocks. Now, I don't have the labels on here, so I am going to kind of line these up along with the bottom edge of my block. And then when I stamp, I'm going to be focusing on that bottom edge of the block. So sometimes when they die cut out these stamps, it may be off a little bit. So if I put the stickers on, it's not going to be lined up exactly how the label and the stamp are. So that's why I don't. I mean, when it comes to the labels, the thing is you only have one chance to put these on. If you're off by a bit, you cannot take that label off, because if you do, you're going to tear the foam that's on the bottom of the stamp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet, and the reason why is it'll be a little bit easier for me to see where I'm stamping on this label, since my scrap paper and my grid paper are both white. All right, so let's open this up. Let's take our little scroll work stamp here, ink that up, and then I'm going to kind of line this up in between those two little bumps here on what I'm going to call that a bobbin, because that's what the shape of it, that's what it looks like. All right, I'll stamp that one right there. And then I'm also going to stamp my greeting in Old Olive ink as well. So let's take this and stamp it right here. There we go. So we got that done. Let's close up our ink pad. That's all the stamping that we're doing on this particular card. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to take my gold one here and get my scissors, and I'm going to cut this in half. Don't worry about if it's not even, because what we want is we want the top and the bottom part of this to kind of poke out from behind our greeting tag here. So I'm going to get my seal, and I'm going to add some on the top and the bottom of this. Okay, and then just going to take this and line it up behind it to where a little bit of it is poking out. I'll press that down. Now we'll do the other side. Okay, so that's good. Now we'll set that aside. What we're going to do is take this piece right here. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the backs of these pieces here. And we still have sound, hopefully. Yep, I can hear me. All right. Take these backings off. All right, so this one, I'm going to lay this one kind of like over to the side here. Now I'm not going to press anything down quite yet. I want to make sure that I got everything where I want it placed. Let's see, take this one, put this over a little bit. And then this one's going to sit right on top of that. So we'll press those down. And then I'll take another 2 dimensionals and I will place them right there. Okay, and then we'll take our Cheer and Hope one and we will place that right in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to take this panel and I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. So what I want to do is I'm going to use these edge pieces because, okay, I got all these scissors kind of like wrapped around each other. And I'm going to use my edge pieces. I'll add all right, snip right there. snip this one in half. That one there. So when I am done with filming this, I'm not going to be scheduling this video. It's going to be posted and made public right away because today was the day anyway that I wanted this to post. So this is not exactly what I had planned on doing today, was redoing these. It was to work on what I'm going to do for tomorrow night's live, which, as a reminder, for those of you that normally are there on Fridays, I'm going to try and see how it works. And I am going to go live on my Friday nights at 6 p.m. For the month of January, and we'll see how that works out. If everything's good with that, then I think I'm going to change the time that I go live from 7 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, because what happens when I do go live on at 7, my videos tend to go a little bit longer. And by the time all is said and done, I'm kind of like having dinner after the fact. And having dinner at 9 o'clock at night is not exactly a good time to be having dinner. So neither is 8, but starting a little bit earlier and see how that works. Okay, so for my embellishment on here, I'm going to bring in the black and white and gold baker's twine. This goes with the modern Christmas suite. I really love this twine. It is a little bit of a stiffer twine, and I think it's because of the gold threading that's, well, yeah, the gold thread that's kind of like weaved in this. It ties very nicely. Let me get my other scissors. I got scissors that cut paper, one that pretty much it could be anything, and then I have one that is for like ribbon and twine. So let me get a piece of this. Okay. And we'll tie a bow. Want my loops a little bit bigger. Okay, make that a little bit bigger. Let's get the glue dots. And let's see, glue dot, glue dot. There you are. Press that right into it. Now the glue dot is bigger than the knot, so I'm going to take this and kind of wrap it around itself on the back there. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this right over here on this side of that bobbin. And I'm going to trim these a little bit. Bring this one down, kind of stick it in that adhesive so it's not all unruly. Okay, let's put that aside. And then I'm also going to bring in the loose gold sequins. Now there's no adhesive on these. What I like about these sequins, you got a few different sizes, and there's also no holes in the middle of these. All right, so I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. In here I have the Tombow multi-purpose glue that we sell in our annual catalog. This glue does have a latex in it, so you don't need a whole lot to hold your paper and stuff together. So because you just need a tiny bit, I have it in this fine tip glue bottle. I find that one bottle of this glue will last a pretty long time, and even if I'm doing like a whole lot of like swap cards, the glue lasts really long. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my take your pick tool, and I got the other end right here. It's going to help me take these sequins off. So I'm going to place a large one right here. And then let's see, we want kind of like a medium size one. Place that right over here. And then we want a small one for right out there. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and I want a medium sized one for right here. And then we'll get a small one for right up here. Oops. Yeah, once the glue dries, these things are going to stay. They're not going to come off. Okay, so there we go. Let's take all these and dump them back. We don't want these to get all over the place. That would just not be good. Come on, close. Okay. Definitely don't want sequins all over the place. All right. So there is our first card. And now this card, this is a sample. If in the holiday mini catalog, this is one of the card samples that they have in there. So I really like this one. After you do the die cutting, you know, like if you mass produce this card, do all your die cutting first. And then, well, cut all your pieces first and then do your stamping. And then the last part is the assembly part. And you can end up kicking out a lot of these cards in a matter of no time. Okay, so there is that card. Let's now bring in the stuff for our second card. Okay, so now with this project, the sample that was in the catalog is actually, it's just the tag, but I am taking that tag and I'm going to actually put it on a card to make it as a card. So whether you want to do a tag, just a tag, or if you want to do it as a card, you have options. All right, so for this one, my card base is real red. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have cut 2 pieces of basic white, both measuring 5 1/4 by 4. One of them I embossed ahead of time using the beautiful pattern embossing folder. This is new. This is part of the Brushed with Beauty suite. It is an online exclusive item, so this is still available. Just recently came out, and it has a nice subtle pattern to it, if you can see that. I do like this embossing folder. And then out of a scrap, I die cut the smaller tag. And then with Early Espresso, I had die cut the larger wavy edged label. And then there is no die for this, unfortunately. In the stamp set, there is this bow, so I stamped it in Versamark ink and then heat embossed with gold embossing powder, and then I fussy cut that out. Okay, so let's start by folding and burnishing our card base. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one piece of basic white. This is going to be the inside of our card. place that here. So for this year, I actually got my Christmas cards out. Between the Christmas cards I made in my videos and when we're talking about over a few years time where I actually just played and I mass produced a bunch of cards. I didn't really have to sit down and make any more cards for Christmas. I'm actually good for Christmas cards probably for the next couple of years. Doesn't even look like I even used hardly any of the cards that I had, and I sent out, well, I would say I did like almost 75 cards between mailing and handing out. So there's still plenty of cards left for next year and the year after that and the year after that. Okay, so our card base that we have taken care of, that's done. This piece, we'll set that aside. And then we're going to bring in this white label here. So I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet and my scrap paper as well. On this one, I'm going to bring in this evergreen piece and the tidings of comfort and joy. So on this one, pretty much used all the stamps. The only ones we haven't used is this other scroll work one, the Noel, and the to and the from stamp that's in there. All right, so let's get block. And for this one too, I'm going to kind of eyeball this like so. Okay. All right, so now Old Olive ink. And I'm also going to use Real Red. I'm going to use Real Red for my greeting. Now, when you stamp the greenery part, you want to, I'm going to stamp one in this lower left-hand corner and one up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now, when you're stamping these, you don't want to stamp the whole entire thing because you do want to leave some space in the middle here for your greeting. So I'm going to, oh, and I inked it up in the wrong color. Wrong color. Our evergreen is not going to be red. It's going to be green. Let's try this again. Let's move the red out of the way. And let's ink this up. Okay, and then again, I'm going to stamp this in the corner down here. But I want to leave some space in that middle. Okay, so we have some down there. And then we're going to do the same thing up here. Like so. Okay. We're going to leave the green out because we're going to need it again. So now let's bring in the red and ink this up. Now I re-inked my ink pad here. So let's see how good our ink is. And then I'm going to take this and I want to stamp this right in the middle. Perfect. Nice and inky. I like when it's nice and even. It's not faded out because it's not as inked in that one spot. All right, so now I'm going to bring in one of my blending brushes for my greens, pick up some of this ink, brush some off, and then I'm going to lightly go over what I had stamped. And I just realized there was one element that I forgot to pull to redo this. So let me quickly go get that. So I want my light Old Olive Stampin' Blend. And then I'm going to just add, I'm using the bullet tip. I'm adding just a couple of dots around this evergreen piece. Just to add a little bit of interest. And it's just random. Like so. Okay. Then let's go and take this piece and we're going to add some adhesive to the back of it. Okay, and then we're going to place this right over here, and that little heart opening on the tag, they line up, so you'll get that on there perfectly. Press that down. And then I'm going to bring in my real red and white baker's twine. This too is still available, not on the last chances. I think this is actually in our annual catalog, and you can see I've almost gone through this whole spool, so I'm going to need some more. All right, so I'm going to need a piece maybe about that big. Doesn't have to be really long because I will be trimming this down. All right, so let me just kind of get it untwisted a bit, and we'll fold it in half. And then I'm going to bring it through and then pull these ends. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split like on either side of that little top of that heart. And I'm going to pull it tight so you see that it's on either end. Now, what I'll do is I'll take this, I'll tie a knot. And we don't need a really long piece there, so I'll trim that down. Okay, scissors. All right. Okay, and then we're going to take this bow and we're going to place this bow right over the top and above the greeting part here. So dimensionals, let's see, we got our little ones here, and I'm going to add on either side of the bows, and then I'll add one kind of like down here. Okay, and then this will go right over the top here. Again, I want to be able to see my greeting part, so adjust it accordingly. Okay, so we have that, and then we're going to pop this up onto our card base. So let me use my last dimensional here. Put that there, and let's bring in, I actually have a couple of sheets here where I have the edge pieces. So let's use those up. Cut that there, cut that there. There, put one there. So the edge pieces are just as good as the little hexagons. Let's see, put that there, and then okay, so that should be good. Excuse me. Okay, so then I'm going to place this on my card at an angle. And again, the sample that is in the catalog is just this right here. So you can easily make this just as a tag, or you can do this and actually take that tag and then put it on a card. Now there's another part, we need some embellishment on here, so I'm going to bring in these traditional sparkling sequins. There are 3 different sizes. You have real red, old olive, pool party, and gold. So I'm going to use the medium and the smaller red ones. So I'm going to take 3 of these medium-sized ones. I'm just going to place them, cluster them together on the evergreen. So it's got that nice pop of red on here. And then we'll add the smaller ones up on this top one. Like so. Okay, there we go. Monthly Christmas card inspiration video take 2. And here's to praying that when I am completed with this and I go to check it out before I make it public, that it all works out. So there is our second card. I love the pop of red that's on here. So this is our second one. Again, I had cased the actual tag from our holiday mini catalog and just put it on a card base. And then our first one too is a case also out of the mini catalog, bringing in some of those designer series paper from the Peaceful Garden Suite and also the Traditions of Christmas. Right now, the Traditions of Christmas paper is sold out, and unfortunately, it is gone now. So swap out, with any designer series paper that you may have. So again, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm really hoping that the videos becoming messed up is not a sign of how things are going to go throughout the year. So praying that that's not the case. But again, I'm going to be removing the original one that's scheduled to post very early this morning that had no sound. This is going to replace it. If you like the other video, or if you're watching this for the very first time, if you could, please give the video a thumbs up. It does help in not only growing this channel, it's not only the likes, comments, shares, all of that. It not only helps in growing this channel, but then it also helps me in growing my Stampin' Up! Business as well. So again, I'm going to be working on posting the Snowy Delights bundle, which is going to be my Throwback Thursday video. That's going to be up in a little bit. And then tomorrow night, Friday, January 2nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be going live right here on the channel, and I'll be using the Lights of Aurora suite of products. Those are actually in our holiday mini catalog, and I believe everything to it is available. I'm not 100% sure without looking, but yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow night, and hope that you can join us. So until then, everybody, again, Happy New Year, stay safe, and have a blessed one. Bye bye.